Our next guest here on Gwinnett Business Radio from Minuteman Press of Duluth. It's the owner, Calvin Foster. Good morning, Calvin.
Morning, Mike.
Good to have you here in the studio. Tell us about Minuteman Press of Duluth and the services that you provide.
Thanks, Mike. Minuteman Press of Duluth, we are a franchise. We've been around for many years. And after I retired from law enforcement and within the military, I decided to look for a franchise, and I found Minuteman Press Duluth was for sale, and I bought the business, and it's been a wonderful venture so far.
I didn't know we had another veteran in the studio too. So what branch?
Army.
Oh, you guys.
Apparently, Cedric's going to forgive you for that.
His brother liked me though.
So what's it been like? As going into the printing business right now, what are some of the challenges that you've faced, or maybe some surprises that you've seen?
Well, some of the challenges that I'm facing now is that it's very demanding, but I have a staff that can get the job done. And I took over Minuteman Press Duluth in the first of the year, and I'm finding that a lot of people come and want things at the last minute.
So what else is new?
I need this yesterday.
I need it yesterday, and we do our best, and we get the job done on their deadline.
What are some of the things that you do? I mean, we have, what am I stealing your question, Stephen?
Well, I was going to ask, but I was going to ask it better.
With all honesty, we have this big, what would you call this big backdrop we have where we do a lot of our photos? I don't know what that's called.
I call it the press conference banner.
The press conference banner. It's like a big banner that we use.
Right.
If you go to any of our websites, you'll see the banner and so forth. This was done at Minuteman Press, so you do things like that. But talk about the breadth and the scope of things that you do.
The main thing that we do at Minuteman Press, that we print anything with your name on it or your logo to promote your business. That's from business cards to banners to brochures to car wraps. A lot of people don't know we do car wraps, but we do offer car wraps. And we also do books, any type of banner you need for your business. This is what we do. We're not a one-stop printing company. We are a full-service printing company.
Wow, you do it all. And that brings up, the business cards here. We're done at Minuteman Press of Duluth. And our brochures back there were done from Minuteman Press of Duluth. So we've been very happy with the work. So we know we can, stand behind what you guys are doing. So you've been in the business now since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And what are you looking at me for?
I'm just watching you try to figure out what question you're going to ask next.
Because I was getting off on all the things that they've printed for us. It's like, I guess I don't know what my next question is.
Can I step in and ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. So Calvin, you did a great job of kind of talking about, and I love the way you phrase that anything with your business logo or your business name on it, because all business owners go, oh yeah, that and that and that and that and that. So I was going to ask, is there one or two things you can think of that the average public, and this can be a business or this can be an individual, they wouldn't necessarily think that you guys do? And I think you mentioned one. You talked about the vehicle wraps. Are there any other things that are kind of maybe specialty items that you do that nobody else does, or that you think, man, I can't believe more people don't utilize us for this service?
Wow, what a great question.
Oh, great. I can't come up with a question because my mind goes blank for some reason. You come up with a great question.
I was just sitting here waiting.
I'm feeling so inferior right now.
Now, would you be quiet and let Calvin answer the question?
Well, a lot of people don't know that I have a graphic design artist at my location. And a lot of times people don't know exactly what they want for their logo. So I offer the service where you actually come down and sit down with my graphic design artist, and she will sit down with you and she will draw whatever you need or whatever you want until we get it right. And this is a great help for somebody who's starting a new business and don't know exactly what they want on their business card, on their logo.
Right. And a lot of times those business owners are in that situation and they go, well, first I got to work with somebody to get what I want, and then I can go to the printer. So don't just think of Minuteman Press of Duluth as, oh, that's only where I go to get things printed. You can actually help them with the design of it as well.
That's correct. I can help them with the design. I'm going to print it there. And also, one thing about Minuteman Press, we also offer free pickup and delivery.
Wow.
Wait a minute. I didn't know that. I learn something new every day. I've been having to drive over there now.
Okay, that's a mile away.
I know. Not a big deal, but that's kind of cool if you're not right next door like we are.
Or if the Business Radio X truck isn't working that day.
Yeah, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
Sorry.
It's the most expensive billboard in the world. Just kind of sits in the parking lot right now.
But it's a great vehicle wrap, isn't it?
It looks good, doesn't it?
It looks great.
It does look good. You guys have a slogan, though, for your business, don't you?
We have a slogan, and our slogan is that we're going to help print, design, and promote you.
I like that.
That's our slogan.
And that helps all businesses, right? I mean, that's fantastic. Now, we'd asked Cedric about kind of his reach. You're Minuteman Press of Duluth. Is Duluth the only place you can go, or do you have the ability to go beyond the borders of Duluth?
That's another great question. With Minuteman Press of Duluth, we are a franchise, so we are actually worldwide.
Okay.
We are international. We can reach any person anywhere where they're at. If you want something done here in Duluth, we have the capability of shipping to anywhere in the world. This is part of being the Minuteman Press franchise. And we got a corporate office in New York, and I enjoyed the training I did there back in March. It was a wonderful time, and I learned that one thing about being with Minuteman Press franchise is that you get a great feeling of meeting other owners. And if I'm ever in a situation of a bind, I know that I have the resources that I can reach out to anybody in the world to reach a customer that's trying to reach Minuteman.
So no matter who's listening to this interview or who you meet as you network, if they need your help, if they need help with their press needs, either you can help them or you know someone with Minuteman Press somewhere who can.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think Calvin's being nice because I think anybody who's listening can use Minuteman Press of Duluth. My understanding is among the franchise owners that you're not actively going to market yourself in their markets as well, and they're not going to come market themselves actively in your market.
Correct.
But you have a great relationship with all of the other franchise owners. But again, if you're listening, you want to use Calvin, we highly recommend him.
Absolutely.
Highly recommend him.
Or his graphic designer too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Exactly. And having a graphic designer, is that common? Because I'm trying to think, is that one of the things that maybe makes you stand out from some of your competitors?
That's right, Matt. This will make us stand out. We have a graphic design artist on location. So if go to another printing company, you go with your design to them, they got to reach out to somebody else to actually to print this and edit this for you. And a lot of companies don't have graphic design. So by having a graphic design artist in my location, we can get the job done in-house and don't have to send it for outsource.
I asked the question to Cedric earlier. I ask you, now that you've got this business, where do you see it a year from now, 5 years from now? What are your goals?
Well, my future goal is actually to open up another store.
Wow.
I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. I have a great staff with Janice, who's my office manager, and Jerry, my graphic design artist. Those two ladies, I give them all the praise because they do a great job each and every day. And my future goal is actually hopefully this time next year, I will have a second location.
Ooh, have you got it picked out? Like, can we I'm looking for a scoop. That's all. I'm doing my media job here.
Well, currently I don't have it picked out, but my regional vice president, Mr. Keith Cawley, he's the one that will be doing all of that, searching for me for a new location. So when that time comes, he have it ready for me.
So different chambers that are listening, different business organizations of different locations, counties, whatever, here in the metro area. If you're listening, you need to reach out and start sweet talking Calvin over here.
Make him an offer.
Yeah, that's right. Make him an offer he can't refuse. Now, Calvin, I was going to ask you this question. He asked about kind of your business over the next year to 5 years. When it comes to printing, when it comes to just your industry, is there anything on the horizon that you see? I know a couple of years ago, 3D printing was all the rage, and that's continuing to grow. What's next for the world of printing and press?
Well, what next is another great question. Mike, you got great questions.
Yeah, he's kicking my butt.
Almost like that's why I'm on the show.
And now the guest is rubbing it in, which makes it even worse.
No, it's great for me. I like it. Let's all just take a second and enjoy that first part of Calvin's answer. Okay, Calvin, go ahead.
Well, the future of printing is now, we are actually in digital printing now. Used to be offset, so that's actually become obsolete now. But digital printing is here, and now it's a different color that you're seeing now. So any color that you can think of, we actually can have you come in and we can show the exact color that you want. So the digital print is going a very long way. It's a computer now.
And not only the exact color, but am I wrong in thinking that also this has created the ability to do multiple colors a lot more affordably? It used to be with offset, you kind of had to run one color, then run and I'm speaking with a lot of ignorance, I know, but this allows you to really enhance what you're printing.
That's correct. And by doing that, the costs actually come down also.
Yeah, and you know what's even more important than that is you need to work with a great graphic designer. If only there was a press company that had a graphic designer on staff that could help you and deliver it to you. Even if you're a mile down the road at the beautiful Sonesta Gwinnett Place Hotel.
That's right. I'm just glad that you brought up that you're asking questions with ignorance.
Well,
Made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. But they are great questions with ignorance.
Yes. Calvin, give us your location and the contact information, the website for people that want to use your services, look into your services. Where can they find you? Where can they find information?
Mike, that's the most important question there.
I agree. I agree.
I'm currently here in Duluth. I'm located at 3741 Suite 300 Venture Drive. My email address is calvin@minutemanpress.com. My website is duluth@minutemanpress.com. And my office number is 770-476-0922. And my personal cell, 678-886-0315. And I do not sleep. Please call me.
Okay, there you go. Calvin Foster, Minuteman Press of Duluth.